If you're an avid follower of mine, you would know that I tried to cut up this same size of chicken some weeks back, and the chicken the chicken was so frozen. It was such a struggle and I couldn't cut it on camera. I'm going to link that video up on the screen on the right hand side so that you watch it. It's a very funny one. Anyway, we have this huge chicken I got from Pack to Pot Catfish on Instagram. And if you guess correctly how much this chicken was, I would have something for you. You just saw me sharpen my knives, and you need to make sure you have a sharp knife for this. So the first thing to do is to cut through the thigh. Just as you're seeing me do it now, you want to cut that on both sides. And you're going to also cut off this beneath the breast part. You're going to cut into it just like I have done. I hope you all understand this video. Anyway, afterwards, you're going to use your hands to try and break this apart. Now, the goal is to break it apart and have them in two halves, right? Just like so. So I just took out the feet, the head, and the gizzard that was inside this, and then I cut it into two halves properly. So since I've already broken it through the front, I just use the knife to cut through the back. So now these thighs, we're going to cut in between it through the bottom of the chicken, and we're just going to divide that into two equal halves. So yeah, if you have a smaller chicken, yeah, we're going to cut off the bum of that chicken. But if you're cutting up a smaller chicken, you just need to maybe cut off the drumstick and maybe leave the other one, or just cut it up as you'd like. But because this one is very big, I had to cut it into several parts. So the thing is to try as much as possible to cut in between the bone, just so that that's easier for you and that makes a lot more sense. Look at how big that drumstick looks. Okay, so on to the next thigh. I am going to do the same thing using a knife. I just cut off the drumstick and try to break it apart with my hand, and then using the knife I just seared in between the bones. So for the remaining part of this thigh, I just cut it into smaller pieces because, like I said, this chicken is very big. And yeah, so just you can either leave yours like that if you're working with a very small chicken, or you cut it into smaller bits as you would like. This was very, very fleshy. This was so sweet. You know, people that like turkey, when you eat this one, there's no going back to turkey, because this is so good. It tastes better than turkey even. Yeah, so that's what I did. I just cut all of this up. Normally with a smaller chicken or a less mature chicken, you can actually get away with just cutting through the bones because they're not as strong. But with this one, I had to keep on hitting it, and this chicken did not defrost properly. I didn't have time, and I needed to film this video and cook a lot of other things, especially the other half of the chicken, which I am going to start cutting up very soon. Now onto the other half of the chicken. So what you want to do is to use your knife to just divide this into two through the back, like through the neck. So like just in the middle of the back, you just want to share that into two. So I cut off the chicken neck. It's preferable to do this on a chopping board, but because the chicken was so big, I had to do it on the kitchen sink. So you are also going to need to cut the front part of this chicken. So you're going to use a knife to also cut the breast into two in the middle, and then that's going to meet the back that you've already cut into half in the middle. I hope that makes sense. And like I've repeated 1,000 times in this video, this chicken was so big. So but the next thing to do is like just cut off the shoulder part according to the size that you would actually like. So the aim when you're cutting chicken is to make sure that all parts of the chicken, well, maybe except some part of the breast, has bone and it still has some meat, so that whoever gets that part gets to eat meat and still gets to have bone. So yeah, I hope you learned something from this video. I hope I helped you. I really don't know if this was very explanatory. It was quite difficult for me to explain. I don't know why. But afterwards, I just washed up the whole chicken. And yeah, this is what it looks like. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.